Welcome everybody to Ridiculously Raw, the most must-see show on YouTube today. Hello friends, your ridiculously over good brother Anthony Florio, joined as always by good old MF Michael Fletcher, the phenom Michael Bullock. Unfortunately, I do have a little bit of bad news. The Twisted Angel Didi Woodson will not be joining us this evening. Not sure the reasoning, but nonetheless, Didi will not be joining us this evening. So the three of us will be guiding you through what was a very solid and very newsworthy night after Royal Rumble edition of Monday Night Raw. I mean, not the best Raw by any means, not the greatest of all time, absolutely not. Because we did have some low points, unfortunately. But we had some major highs, and for a certain panelist, it'll be a certain low. And I hope I hope he's had time to recover from it. But we'll get into it. So yes, Monday Night Raw live tonight, night 3 of the 4-night Phoenix takeover. Talking Stick Resort Arena this time around, which hosted the epic NXT takeover on Saturday night, and then of course the Rumble last night at Chase Field, and here we are tonight as we start the road to WrestleMania, and you know what that means? The WrestleMania sign is in the house. Get used to it, folks. You're going to be seeing that for the next 9-10 weeks. So get used to that sight. We love it. So, and we started it off with the winner of the men's Royal Rumble match, the King Slayer, the Architect, Seth Rollins. And he admitted he had a difficult decision to make. Would he go after the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar, or would he go after the WWE Champion, the new Daniel Bryan? Well, before he could answer, out came Triple H. And Triple H sang Rollins' praises, commended him for the work he's been doing ever since. You remember that Monday Night Raw when Triple H called out Seth Rollins and challenged him to bring back that old Seth Rollins, and it worked big time. Seth Rollins lasting over 43 minutes in the Rumble match from the number 10 position to win it. And then it led into a match, and then he was interrupted by Dean Ambrose. And Dean Ambrose, he didn't hold nothing back. He not only got in Rollins' face, he also got in Triple H's face as well. So, and then we had the match, Seth Rollins against Dean Ambrose. We'll get into that in a minute, 2-for-1 deal. But as far as this opening segment goes, I think what they're doing with Triple H right now, I think they're making him like the proud papa of NXT. Because as we all know, NXT is Triple H's baby. We all know that. And I think they're going with the creator, Triple H, not the destroyer. The proud papa character that has been great for NXT, it looks like it's made its way to the main roster, and I love it. And I do like that Seth is playing up uncertainty regarding his decision, even though we all know eventually where he's going. And you got to give kudos to Ambrose in the segment. It was good to see him get right in Hunter's face and not eat a pedigree, as we may have not all that long ago. That said, if we don't get that rumored Triple H and Batista match at WrestleMania, maybe heel Dean Ambrose against babyface Triple H at WrestleMania, I wouldn't mind seeing that. That would be a great match. I think it would. But, we'll have to wait and see how they decide to go about that. As for the match, Seth Rollins against Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins wins the match 12 minutes, 25 seconds with a curb stomp. Second best fight of the night. Michael Bullock and I agreed that this was worth about 3.25 to 3.5 stars. Good match with Rollins building more momentum by beating his on-again, off-again rival. I'm very curious to see where Dean Ambrose goes from here. The heel turn may not have gone as well as anticipated, but his promos have been better lately, and I'm curious to see what they do creatively to breathe more life into his heel routine. So that's all I can say here. Second best segment of the night, second best fight of the night in one. So nothing more to say. So MF, come on in. Seth Rollins. Let's be realistic. We know who Rollins is going to go after at Mania, but you got to give WWE credit for, making him think about it. We already know where he's going.
Yeah, obviously, the desire that Rollins wanted to be was the Universal Champion. But, as you know, there's always a caveat, and there's always a possibility that he could also choose the SmackDown champion, and go after the WWE champion, the new Daniel Bryan. That's a matchup that I think a lot of fans would love to see. I think the fans would absolutely love a match to see Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins. That's one of those what if files. If that fight would ever happen, I think that would be a tremendous battle. Two of the best guys in the company, a workhorse with Seth Rollins, like Anthony, you say he is the spark plug and the heart and soul of Monday Night Raw. And yes, Daniel Bryan has become the guy on SmackDown Live. WWE champion. He's got a little bit of a stable now with Eric Rowan on his side, as notably from last night's Royal Rumble event. So obviously that would be a great matchup if that fight ever does go down. But obviously the big money fight would be that he would get an opportunity at Brock Lesnar going for the Universal title. But again, he's got a decision to make. He'll make that later on tonight. One thing's for sure. The segment was great. I love the fact that Triple H was there to, basically say, you know what? That's the Seth Rollins I wanted it to see. That's what I was begging for. That's what I was trying to push for and everything else. And yeah, you got that proud papa moment from Triple H, which is very rare. You don't see that from the cerebral assassin. And it's a little bit of a departure from Triple H's character. For many years, we've seen him as the CEO, the authority figure. That kind of Triple H. It's a little different to see him play this kind of role as the good guy, the sympathetic, baby face. I trusted you. I wanted you to get the opportunity. I gave you the chance, and you not only took that chance, but you exceeded my expectations. And that's what I wanted from you. You did what, you took this chance, Seth, and you took this and ran with it. And now here you are. You're going to be literally in a main event spotlight match at WrestleMania at MetLife Stadium in New York. And you deserve it. You earned it. You busted your ass and you got what you wanted. And it could not have happened to a better man. I also love Dean Ambrose in this role, basically saying, yes, congratulations, Seth, but who gives a crap? I'm the real star. I was the real star of the Shield, everything else. And then goes at Triple H, basically go at the slight at him, basically almost dissing him, like almost, I guess you could say in a way, disrespecting the elders, as we always would say back in the day, fellas. And that's one thing you don't want to do, disrespect the elders. But hey, a solid segment, great way to jump off Monday Night Raw. Michael Bullock, I give it to you.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, this was definitely a great way to start off Monday Night Raw. I mean, Seth Rollins. I mean, what can you say? Had a great showing at the Royal Rumble and said, you know what, this is going to be a tough decision for me to decide who am I going to challenge at WrestleMania. And then Triple H comes out and was like that proud papa and basically was like, you know what, you far exceeded my expectations and basically you exceeded everything. But I want to see you make your decision tonight on who you're going to challenge at WrestleMania. Then Dean Ambrose comes out and basically tries to goad Seth Rollins about everything about Triple H. And I love when Triple H said, "Oh, you're talking about brotherhood? You mean the same after you stabbed your brother in the back, and then on a night when your other brother Roman Reigns announced he had leukemia. And then Dean Ambrose was like, it's none of your business, Triple H. And then they said, you know what? I want to face Seth Rollins right now. And then Dean Ambrose went there again with Triple H saying, you need to go to your father-in-law about it. And then that's when he made the match. So great segment. I love the interaction with all three of these guys. So, yeah, and as far as the match goes, 3.25 to 3.5. This was definitely the second best fight of the night. So, yeah, the work by both of these men has been spot on. So, yeah, there's nothing more to say. So I'm just going to give it to you, Florio.
All right. And we are now going to determine the three ladies tag teams that will represent Monday Night Raw when it comes to that huge Elimination Chamber match next month to determine the inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. We actually had 2 of these tonight. We're going to get the third and final one next week. First one, I love this matchup. Nia Jax and Tamina squaring off against Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Winners of the match, 10 minutes and 10 seconds. And our first Raw tag team to qualify, Nia Jax and Tamina. Nia Jax with a double Samoan drop on both Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. And that was it. So Nia and Tamina are going to the chamber. MF, you could have made an argument for both, but in all honesty, I think Nia and Tamina was the right choice here.
Nia Jax has so much stock on her right now. It's unbelievable what's going on with her career. Being the 4th woman to compete in the men's Royal Rumble match last night, and I know there was a lot of... you know what? I wasn't going to say this, and I didn't want to bring it up, but I got to bring this up. There was a lot of negativity of the reason why that she got put into the Royal Rumble match, and there was a lot of flack about that. And as for me, now I know Dee Dee Woodson's not here, and I know she probably would be railing right now on these so-called mainstream websites and the mainstream media of professional wrestling about the discrimination that and the disrespect that Nia Jax is getting just because she was in the men's Royal Rumble fight. And I'm gonna say this: I've seen a lot of matches nowadays, thanks to RWA and other wrestling organizations, that's not based in nationally televised. But I've seen a lot of nowadays where a lot of women wrestles with men in matches. As a matter of fact, I can say, 2 wrestlers that comes right off my mind that was formerly from RWA, from the Renegade Wrestling Alliance, is the Suplex Sweetheart herself, Asana. Mistress Belmont has actually wrestled against some men in her day. And Amanda Fox is another name that I can reel off right now, who I got to see her wrestle with guys. And trust me, gentlemen, when you see these 3 women in the ring, they can back it up. They can hang with their male counterparts. And for me, it's a proud moment to see Nia Jax get an opportunity to fight with the men at the Royal Rumble last night. And as a matter of fact, one of the women, a female wrestler who I'm very close with on Facebook, was very proud and was so excited that glass ceiling was being broken last night. And it is truly a moment that needs to be grasped at and everything else. And for all those haters out there, screw you. And you can kiss my ass over the hatred and the anger and whatever you want to say about Nia Jax and whatever, and her not being worthy of being in that men's Royal Rumble match. That's WWE's decision, and they wanted to give her that opportunity. I say props to WWE for going outside of the box and doing something that, is really taboo in professional wrestling nowadays. And give them credit where credit's due. I know they get a lot of flack for a lot of stupid stuff, the monkey writers and everything else. This is where I want to talk to the writers and applaud them and shake their hands, saying thank you for giving her that opportunity and doing something that I felt was pretty innovative. Even though, yes, she's the fourth woman to do it because China did it, Beth Phoenix was the second one to do it, Karma, or as all you people outside of Impact Wrestling, Awesome Kong was the third to do it, and now Nia Jax. She earned it. She deserved it. Hell or high water, whatever you want to feel about it, I'm comfortable with the decision, and I'm not one to, I definitely would have voiced my displeasure or whatnot, but look, she deserved it, and I got no negative about that decision at all. As far as her going into the Elimination Chamber with Tamina, fair decision, fair position for her. Obviously, Alexa just got back. The Royal Rumble was her first fight back. Obviously, you don't want to put her in any harm's way in a sadistic structure like the Elimination Chamber. Not yet. So I don't have any problem with her losing this fight and not getting a shot at the Raw or the WWE women's tag team titles. I think that's fair. Keep her safe, work her way back up, and then we go from there. So I got nothing wrong to say. It was a good fight. It was about a 2-star fight for me. So Michael Bullock, I give it to you.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to say 2 stars on the match as well. I mean, I've got no problem with Nia and Tamina going over. I expected it. I mean, look, Alexa Bliss just got back and to wrestling, and last thing you want to do is put her right into the fire with the Elimination Chamber. So I think WWE made the right decision here. And yeah, I got a problem with that too. I mean, the people were criticizing and being all over Nia Jax for her being in the men's Royal Rumble match. And I got no issue with that. I mean, look at what she did. I mean, she was able to hang around with the guys. So to those who are criticizing her, I'm with Michael Fletcher. I mean, if you got a problem with that, then you know what? You can kiss my bleeping ass for this. I mean, Nia Jax, WWE wanted to do something, and I gotta give them props. I mean, this is the 4th time we've seen a woman in this in the men's Royal Rumble match. So, you know what? Like I said, if you people got a problem with it and criticizing her for this, then you know what? Don't watch WWE. I mean, go watch something else if you got a problem with this. So, screw you people. So, I got nothing more to say. Florio, I give it to you.
Count me in on that one as well. So that's all I can say on that. And as far as the match is concerned, 2.5 stars for me. I mean, solid match. I mean, like I said, you could have made an argument for either one of these teams to be in there, but going into it, I felt that Nia and Tamina were going to be one of those 3 teams, and I'm not surprised they went over here. They're probably going to be the odds-on favorites going in, but you never know. We'll have to wait and see. So, big win for them, and it's on to the chamber for those 2. So, we move on now, and of course, we have cutouts here, and we had the Hall of Famer and former general manager of Monday Night Raw, Kurt Angle, against Baron Corbin. And believe it or not, Baron Corbin actually won the match in 3 minutes and 55 seconds. So we're just gonna, leave it at that. Not much of a match there, and then moving on to this segment, we had Finn Balor. Finn Balor coming out talking about how he came very close to beating Brock Lesnar last night at the Royal Rumble for the Universal Championship. And then he was interrupted by the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion Bobby Lashley and his hype man Lio Rush, or as Didi Woodson likes to call him, the little idiot. And, well, they went at it, and unfortunately Bobby Lashley got the best of Finn Balor here. So, Bullock, I want to start it off with you here. Looks to me like this might be the beginning of an intercontinental feud between Bobby Lashley and Finn Balor.
Yeah, it's looking like that. I mean, Finn Balor basically talking about how close he became, close to being Brock Lesnar and becoming Universal Champion, and Lashley interrupting, and that little idiot Lio Rush playing a role in it. So, yeah, I mean, this is something I'm interested to see what happens here. So, I really got nothing more to say. I'm just giving it to you, Florio.
Yes, good angle here. Third best segment of the night. It was a good angle. Balor's promo was very well received by the live crowd. He sold the beatdown well, which made him all the more sympathetic when Lashley attacked him. There's nothing left for me to say except I think this should be a very good Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship feud. This is one that might lead into Mania. And if it does, I could see Finn Balor becoming the next Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. That's all I can say on that. So, third best segment of the night for me. So, MF, if I were to tell you that we might be getting a Bobby Lashley Finn Balor program for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, is that something you'd be interested in?
Absolutely. Balor is definitely, look, he had a great performance last night against Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. I know a lot of people were poo-pooing the ending, which, granted, I will gladly give you guys that because I was not happy with the way that the fight ended. I thought it was kind of rushed at the end. But I thought this was a solid match and everything else. And yeah, if you give me Bobby Lashley, the Destroyer, versus Finn Balor, the extraordinary man that does extraordinary things, I say sign me up. And I would say if you can milk this all the way up to WrestleMania, absolutely go for it. I think this would be a great feud. I think Balor is definitely over. He will definitely have the fans on his side. Lio Rush is such a hateful character, and not only that, but even Bobby Lashley now has become a little bit of a hateful character, of fans that will probably love to hate. So I am definitely down for that. I think it'll be a great storyline. Yeah, I'm all for it, guys. So yeah, without a doubt, this will be a great setup, great news story, and everything else. If they book it correctly with the good storyline progression, this could be a very, very good and entertaining Intercontinental title feud. So we'll wait and see what happens. But nothing more to say. Anthony Florio, I give it to you.
And we move on to another cutout here. We had the Revival squaring off against the newly reunited Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. Revival win the match in 3 minutes. I'm happy they didn't have Hawkins break his losing streak in just one outing with Ryder. They should build up to that in a meaningful way before pulling that trigger. So that's all I can say on that. We're just going to move on. Now, I was going to call this a cutout, but after watching this back, this is something that I actually want to get into here. Now, you saw our men's Royal Rumble video last night. MF, congratulations. As of right now, over 100 views on our men's Royal Rumble video. Oh, by the way, the women's, over 200. Actually, it's an even 200 right now. So we did something right last night. So well done, man. 200 views as of now for the women's. 105 views for the men's. And you know, Elias was number one, and MF made some great observations on the commentary last night. And MF, you're right. They've turned Elias heel out of nowhere. Apparently the babyface run wasn't working out for him, even though we'll always have what happened in Providence when he turned face on Baron Corbin. We'll never forget that. But yeah, they turned him heel again. He ripped on the fans. But he was interrupted by the man that he started the Rumble with, the number 2 entrant, the Hall of Famer, Double J, Jeff Jarrett. That's Jeff, Jarre, double T. But he wasn't alone. The Roadie, the Road Dog, Jesse James, he comes out. And then before you know it, they break out with My Baby Tonight. And now, this is the reason why I actually enjoyed this segment here. Bullock knows about this. MF doesn't. You notice Road Dogg went over to the stage announce table and had a little fun with the lovely Renee Young. And I guess he was going to try to have Renee Young, sing the next line, but she didn't know it. Corey Graves was like, she doesn't know the words. And then he laughed at her and did a boo, boo. And Michael Cole yelled out, blasphemy. Blasphemy. Oh man. But in all serious business, Elias, heel Elias is back, folks. He took out both the Road Dogg and Double J with the guitar. So yeah, sleeper segment of the night here. I mean, 1 minute the fans love Elias, and they gave him arguably the second biggest reaction of the night behind only Seth Rollins. But they've turned him heel, and now he's feuding with Double J and the Road Dogg. But I'm glad that Jeff Jarrett is getting some WWE love. But I think it's an odd choice given Elias's popularity, because there are those fans who are still cheering for him, especially MF, because we all know how much MF loves Elias. There's no doubt about it. MF will always walk with Elias. So, but nonetheless, though, sleeper segment of the night. Great to see Double J and the Road Dogg. I mean, that was fun. Definitely brought back memories of 1995 when, the Road Dogg was the roadie with Double J, especially when he was the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion at the time. So they were very entertaining back then, and I gotta admit, I was having flashbacks. So sleeper segment of the night. I don't know if you guys want to get into it, but if you do, feel free. But if you don't, that's fine too. We'll just, move on.
I'll say this. It was a very nostalgic moment. If you remember back in the day, I think it was back in 1995. I think it was 1995 or even 1996. 95. It was right around the summertime in 95. I think it was right before the SummerSlam era, right before SummerSlam and everything else. During that storyline, it was like kind of in between. I think it was like right after the King of the Ring and leading right into SummerSlam. There was a little bit of a storyline going on with Double J wanting to sing and everything else, and they were talking about My Baby Tonight, and then he actually performed that particular song at an In Your House. If you remember, this was when In Your House used to be 2 hours. It used to be $14.95. I remember because I got like the first few pay-per-views before I had to break away from it, because the price started going up, and yeah, nope, not anymore. So, but it was still a lot of fun, a lot of storyline on that, and it was really good what they did. So it was a nostalgic moment more than anything else. It was pretty sweet to see it happen tonight. Elias is definitely more over as a heel than a face. We saw it last night at the Royal Rumble event, how the fans are definitely going to walk with Elias. And I think the thing is that regardless of him being heel or face, you just got to book it the right way. Just like with Becky Lynch or anything else, the fans are going to dictate the pace or how you're going to treat a guy. They don't mind the rip job and everything else. You heard the fans, we're not worthy. Well, yeah, I guess you weren't worthy in the eyes of Elias. But then again, I mean, Arizona, what is there anything special about Arizona? All you got is just stinking desert and hot days, for endless on end. The only good thing is that, you got dry heat. You don't have to deal with stupid humidity. Other than that, there's nothing special about Arizona. Give me a break. Michael Bullock, it's all yours.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna follow that, but yeah, I mean, it's so good to see the Road Dogg and Jeff Jarrett together again, and yeah, basically Elias is now a heel again, and some say that he works better as a heel. So yeah, so there's really nothing more that needs to be said. Let's just move right along, Florio.
By the way, that In Your House that MF was talking about, where Double J did the With My Baby Tonight song, he actually had me over his house that night. I'll never forget that. That was our first real formal get together outside of school hours. So that was definitely something I'll never forget. And you remember led into that incredible match with Shawn Michaels for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. I mean, instant classic that night. That one stole the dang show. We all know that. So, and that just brought back some even more memories. So, awesome. Now we move on to the second women's Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan of the Riot Squad squaring off against the randomly thrown together tag team of Natalya and Dana Brooke. Of course, the more established team was going to go over. Morgan and Logan, they win it 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan now join Nia Jax and Tamina for the Raw side. There will be one more match that will take place next week. And it will be, I believe it's going to be Sasha Banks and Bayley. And they're going to be squaring off against Alicia Fox and Nikki Cross. Oh, that ought to be interesting. Fox and Cross, those two, both of them, we all know are as goofy as pet coons. So, yeah. So, how are those two going to work together? Oh, my. So, that's next week. Okay. Now we're going to get into what undoubtedly, this is another 2-for-1 deal. But I can honestly say maybe the best 2-for-1 deal we've maybe ever seen. Great. A match in a segment that everything about this stole the damn show. Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey, she issued an open challenge. And who stepped up and accepted? Hug Life, Bayley. And so there you go. Ronda Rousey defending the Raw Women's Championship against Bayley. The winner of the match, 15 minutes and 35 seconds, and still the Raw Women's Champion. Of course, Ronda Rousey went over. We all knew that. But wait, there's more. And I know good old MF Michael Fletcher, when he saw this image, he was cringing because, yes, his girl, the heart and soul of SmackDown Live, the man, Becky Lynch, the winner of last night's Women's Royal Rumble match. She showed up and she said, unlike Seth Rollins, I don't need much time to think about this one. She simply said those 3 little words. I choose you. So it is on, folks. WrestleMania 35, MetLife Stadium, April 7th. Ronda Rousey will defend the Raw Women's Championship against the man, Becky Lynch. But they weren't done. They got in each other's faces and ooh-wee. Segment of the night. We not only had the fight of the night with Ronda and Bayley, rather. 3.5 to 4 stars for that. At the same time, though, it was a rough night for Ronda Rousey because the crowd absolutely poo-pooed all over her. And it appeared they sent out Bayley earlier than they planned. Ronda never finished her promo or issued the open challenge. And I don't know. I mean, Ronda looked like she had a bad night. But you know, she had a great match with Bayley. They stole the show. They had the fight of the night. But once Becky got out there, oh, that's all she needed. And then she definitely bounced back on the mic. And oh my word. My word. I believe it's MF who starts off on this. Am I right on that? I think it is MF. So MF, I mean, yeah, I see MF is, yep. That goes to show you, folks, he's cringing. And you know why he's cringing. In the immortal words of the late, great Gorilla Monsoon, MF.
There goes your meal ticket.
You just lost your meal ticket there, buddy. The heart and soul of your show, SmackDown Live. The heart and soul, that women's division. Sorry, buddy. She ain't wearing SmackDown Blue anymore. She's wearing Raw Red.
Oh, my heart got smashed into a million pieces, man. I am absolutely gutted and devastated. You know, we knew this was a possibility. This was a possibility. It didn't matter who won the Royal Rumble. If it was Charlotte, if it was Becky, this was the fear, is that whoever won it had that chance of going over to the other side and challenging for, you know, that respective title. And sure enough, Becky, look, I love you, girl. I wish you everything but the best, and win the championship. That's all I'm going to say. You got my support. You got everything. I'm just going to say it like that. I'm 100% on your side. I'm on the team man side. I'm definitely going to ride with you going to WrestleMania. There's really nothing more for me to say on that. You know where my allegiance now belongs to. You know who I'm going to be ride or die with going into WrestleMania. So I'm definitely on Becky Lynch's side. It hurts because, you know, for the last couple of years, and if you think about it, she was the number one pick out of the women for SmackDown Live when this brand extension started. So to see her go to Monday Night Raw, it almost feels like Seth Rollins going to SmackDown. If he ever did, it would be one of those type of earth-shattering moments. For her to go to Raw, I got nothing bad to say. You know, I just say is that I just hope she wins the belt. That's all I'm going to say. I hope it was not all for naught, to say the very least. As far as the match goes with Ronda and Bayley, great match. Fight of the night, no doubt about it. 3.5 stars. You could even say 3 3/4. That's fair enough. It was a great battle, great fight. Ronda looked good in the ring as always. And yeah, the promo is not only a segment of the night, but you could easily say women's segment of the year as of right now. I mean, I don't think you could top anything better than this. And this is so red hot. So red hot. And they lit it so good. This has to be the main event of WrestleMania now. I don't think you can top it. There's nothing that can top this fight. If this does not get the main event spot of WrestleMania, then WWE, you are doing a major disservice to yourself.
Amen.
I don't think there's any other match that would even be better than this at WrestleMania. I know there's going to be some matches. They're going to try to build it as it. But guys, Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch is a fight that we were waiting for since the Survivor Series. This fight was supposed to happen after the Survivor Series, and unfortunately, the fight never happened because Nia Jax broke Becky Lynch's face 1 week before the Survivor Series. So then we got the alternative, which was Charlotte versus Ronda. That match delivered. That match was amazing. And now here we are, possibly looking at one of the most highly anticipated, one of the most emotionally driven matches in WrestleMania history. I don't think you need anything more to hype this match. You don't need me to go hype man mode at all. What you saw tonight basically was the hook, the line, and the sinker to what could be one of the greatest women's matches in WrestleMania history. Guys, we are talking a possible 5-star classic, and Mickie James versus Trish Stratus from WrestleMania 22. You got a legitimate threat as greatest match in WrestleMania history.
What about 32?
Your match is now,
What about 32? Charlotte, Sasha, and Bayley? I mean, Charlotte, Sasha, and Becky?
Yeah, I mean, that match is now in danger. Absolutely. These matches right now are in absolute danger of being overshadowed by Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch here at WrestleMania 35. I mean, easily, on paper, it's right now one of the best matches going into WrestleMania. And the card is not even fully set yet. We still got till April 7th for this thing to be done. Think about that. We still got, about 9 weeks of build to go to WrestleMania? I mean, what else do you need, gentlemen? I mean, if Dee Woodson was here tonight, I think she would absolutely agree that this is without a doubt. Dee Woodson is now probably, we don't really need to hype this any more than what is going to be hyped. I mean, just the promo after and what Becky Lynch brought to the table tonight. You want to talk about pure, bona fide balance of power shifting right before our very eyes? Guys, you got the ace in the hole now. Becky Lynch is the ace in the hole from Monday Night Raw. She is definitely, without a doubt, gonna be the flag bearer of the women's division going forward. It hurts. I'm devastated that she's going to Raw. But, you know, all I can say is from a very grateful and humble SmackDown Live member of the Blue Brand, it is hard to see you go, but we wish you nothing but the best. Thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you did to make the women's division on SmackDown the premier division that it was. Love you, and I'm going to miss you. That's all I'm going to say. And good luck on Monday Night Raw. Michael Bullock, I don't think there's really nothing for me to say. So, just go ahead, bro. It's yours.
Hey, you handled it with class, man. And I'm proud of you for that. I mean, I know it wasn't easy for you, but hey, you handle it with class.
Oh, I'm still, trust me, Bullock. It's gonna take more than just a night to get over this one. This one's gonna linger for a little bit for me. This one hurts. This one hit a little too close to home for me tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand how you feel. I mean, as soon as I heard that, I mean, I was like, oh, geez, this is really gonna make Fletch. It's really gonna gut him so much. But, but man, I mean, she really did a lot for that women's division on SmackDown Live, and she is that ultimate shot in the arm for that women's division on Monday Night Raw. And I mean, as soon as Becky Lynch came out and said, "I choose you," the fans in the arena went nuts. And just after that, the promo was just, oh my goodness. I mean, it was just awesome. I mean, the back and forth, and there were times they both went there. I mean, man, and we still got 9 weeks to build this, and this is the first of many explosive promos with these two. I mean, goodness gracious, who knows what we can expect? But I do agree with you, Fletch. This needs to be the main event of WrestleMania. I mean, with everything that's going on between those two, from what happened leading up to Survivor Series to now, you gotta pull the trigger and make this the main event of WrestleMania. And it'll probably be the greatest women's match in WrestleMania history. I mean, there's really nothing more that needs to be said. I mean, we still gotta wait. Like Michael Cole said, I wish WrestleMania was tomorrow. I mean, it's the first official match, and we still gotta build some more matches for WrestleMania. But yeah, there's really nothing more that needs to be said. And as far as the match goes with Ronda Rousey and Bayley, it was a good 3.5 to 4 as far as I'm concerned. I mean, and this was definitely the fight of the night, so there's really nothing more that needs to be said. So Florio, I give it to you. And that happened.
Yeah, that happened. Like Michael Cole said at the end of the 1999 Royal Rumble after Vince McMahon won it. Someone slapped me right now. Is this a dream? Oh my gosh. This is a moment. This is a moment for me, man. I'm going to relish this. As great as Ronda is, Monday Night Raw has needed one major shot in the arm for our women's division. And now that the man is going to be on Team Red, we just got that shot in the arm and then some. Oh, my Lord in heaven. Are you kidding me right now? Wow. MF, I feel bad for you, but I got to admit it. I think her time on SmackDown Live was running its course. I think she did all she could do on SmackDown Live. 2 reigns as SmackDown Women's Champion, carrying that women's division for a good, 2.5 or so years. But I think she was due for Monday Night Raw. Now, I just came across this tweet from a young lady I follow on Twitter, and she said this: women's wrestling has come so damn far. People buy tickets to see the women. Mainstream media coverage has been geared more toward the women as of late. The biggest pops are for the women. This is what they and those who have stood behind them for years could only dream of. Wow. Amen to that, young lady. Amen to that. I couldn't agree more. 3.5 to 4 stars for Ronda and Bayley. They stole the damn show. That was an incredible Raw Women's title match. Both ladies worked really hard. The effort was there. They put the effort in. There was some elements of Shakespearean drama there. There were a couple of hope spots for Bayley, but the outcome was never in doubt. We knew Ronda was going to win. As far as the segment is concerned, that was one hell of a segment. I am sold on the true WrestleMania main event, and we're still in the end of January. Becky Lynch's promo was strong. Ronda's comeback was intense, to say the least. This is going to be a blast, gentlemen. I mean, on behalf of MF and on behalf of Bullock, and in spirit, Didi Woodson and Derek Ferrer, on behalf of all of us here, Ridiculously Raw and Wrestling Forum, what have you, we'll gladly take 9 more weeks of this build, please. Give us 9 more weeks of these epic promos. No physicality. Try to keep the physicality at a minimum. That's all I can say. Just give us these incredible verbal exchanges week in and week out, and you've got some very happy panelists, to say the very least. And MF, I think you have a message for the WWE Network. Do you want to give them that little message right now? You know where I'm going with this. But if not,
I wish I could, but I'm kind of not feeling it tonight, bro.
I'll gladly do it for you, Fletch.
Go ahead, Bullock. I give you the right to do it.
Shut up and take my damn money.
Yes. And the same can be said for all of us. So, wow. Unreal. But as hard as it is to move on from that, we do have to move on. Unfortunately, we do have some... we cut out the rest of the night because we had Braun Strowman against Drew McIntyre. That ends in a Braun Strowman wins by DQ in about 7 minutes. I mean, unfortunately, that wasn't much of a match, and it's an automatic NA. I don't even have to ask MF and Bullock about that, but unfortunately, it was all because of Baron Corbin and McIntyre beating the snot out of Braun Strowman, shades of what happened back in November with Bobby Lashley. Then we had Paul Heyman and the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar come out, and they were trying to influence Seth Rollins to choose to go after Daniel Bryan and for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. But then Rollins comes out, gets in Lesnar's face, and Rollins actually stood up to him. Yeah, about that. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 F5s by Brock Lesnar on Seth Rollins. So I like it. There's plenty of time for Rollins to officially announce the match, which is obviously happening. Rollins looks like the big underdog right now, and if they do this right, it will be a great story should he beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Lesnar stands tall today, but I think in the end, Seth Rollins will be the last man standing, and I think he will walk out of MetLife the new Universal Champion, and then he, if anybody, can make that red belt that none of us care about, even me, and I'm the Raw guy. If anybody can bring prestige, that Universal Championship, I can't think of anyone better than the Kingslayer himself. You strap him at Mania, we'll finally have that full-time Universal Champion that we've been waiting for. We thought we were going to get it with Roman, but we all know what happened. We don't need to rehash it. Damn shame, too. But if anybody's going to be the full-time Universal Champion on Monday Night Raw that we desperately need, it's only fitting that the frontline soldier and the heart and soul of our show, the heart and soul of Team Red, is the one who does it. So, nothing more to say on that. That was another cutout segment there because, it came up.
Florio, sorry to interrupt, but I know you said you didn't know when they're going to announce it's Rollins and Lesnar at WrestleMania. Well, I just turned to WWE WrestleMania's Facebook page.
It's official?
It's official.
So it will be Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. Is that confirmed? Bullock?
Well, do you want me to show it to you?
I believe you. If you say it's official, okay. There it is. It is official, ladies and gentlemen. We now have 2 matches for WrestleMania. Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship. And now Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. I don't even need to ask MF and Bullock on this. We're all in agreement here. No big surprise, right, guys? No big surprise. So that's all I can say on that. So, but right now, let's get into our overall review of Monday Night Raw. Michael Bullock, there is no right or wrong answer on this. This was a great show tonight. Not the best, but it was a solid and newsworthy show nonetheless. Oh boy, major newsworthy show, especially Ronda and Becky, man. Wow.
Yeah, this was definitely a major. I mean, this was a good newsworthy edition of Monday Night Raw. I mean, we did have some cutouts, so I think because of that, I gotta give it a 7 out of 10 for this. I mean, the cutouts did take away a little bit of from tonight's Raw, but all the things that were newsworthy was especially Ronda and Becky at WrestleMania. Now that we know officially it'll be Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins for the Universal title at WrestleMania. So, yeah. So, I thought it was a good show. So, definitely a 7 out of 10 for me. Florio, I give it to you.
Solid and newsworthy Monday Night Raw. Absolutely. 7 to 7.5. Very good show tonight. Great way to start the road to WrestleMania. 2 matches officially announced. Both matches I'm very much looking forward to. But if I'm going to be honest, I'm looking more forward to Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch. I mean, we're going to have to call the New York and New Jersey PD because those two are going to steal the damn show. That's all there is to say on that. And hopefully, now that Lesnar and Rollins is official, I'm praying that the Kingslayer will walk out of WrestleMania just like he did at 31. It will not be a heist of the century. I'm hoping that we can get a miracle on the Hudson. That's all I can say on that. Give us a Hudson River miracle with the Kingslayer slaying the beast. He slayed the king. He slayed the king at WrestleMania 33 in the game. Triple H. I am hopeful that he'll not only be a Kingslayer, but he'll also be a Beast Slayer. That's all I can say on that. Imagine the t-shirts, Beast Slayer. I'll be first in line to buy one of those. You better believe it. So, just like MF believes in Becky Lynch, I believe in Seth Rollins. And I think Seth Rollins will get the job done. I think Seth Rollins will win the Universal Championship at WrestleMania and finally give Team Red the proud, prestigious champion that we've been clamoring for since Roman. So, that's all I can say on that. So, anyways, strong show. Rousey and Becky stole the damn show with that segment. That was incredible. And as far as the SmackDown women's match goes, Charlotte Flair needs to face Asuka and stay out of that match because I think it's perfect with just the two of them. That's all I can say on that. Don't add Charlotte to it. Have Charlotte and Asuka go at it again. They gave us a great match last year. I see no reason why they can't give us another great one this year for SmackDown. So that's all I can say on that. So Ronda and Bayley stole the show. Rollins and Ambrose, second best fight of the night. That opening match with Nia and Tamina against Alexa Bliss and Mickie James, that rounds out the top 3. We had a fun and nostalgic segment with Elias, Double J, and the Road Dogs. That was hella fun. I enjoyed the hell out of that. The Balor, and it looks like we got Balor and Lashley on a collision course for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, and so much great came out of this. Yeah, we only had 2-3 cutouts, so that's a good show as far as I'm concerned. Well done, guys. Well done. Please, no monkey writer nonsense for the next 9 weeks. That's all I can say. We got 9 more Raws until WrestleMania. Let's make each and every one of them count like we did tonight. And especially that final Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania. So, well done, my friends. Well done, my friends. That's all I can say. And Becky Lynch, on behalf of all of us at Monday Night Raw, welcome. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. We welcome you with open arms. And I cannot wait to have you be our flag bearer. Because I'm going to go on the record again. She's going to do the unthinkable. She's going to dethrone Ronda Rousey. book it. 7.5. MF tomorrow night. Your guys and gals have their work cut out for them, especially now that the man is on Team Red.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen on SmackDown. Not only that, but the Royal Rumble winner on both shows have already declared. They both gone to Monday Night Raw. Becky Lynch won the Women's Royal Rumble, already declared that she's gonna fight for Ronda Rousey's title. And Seth Rollins has already made it very clear that he's going after the Universal title. Michael Bullock just confirmed it. So now, what happens to not only the SmackDown Women's title situation, but now Daniel Bryan does not have a challenger for the WWE Championship going into WrestleMania. So, I mean, more than ever before, the land of opportunity has really become the land of opportunity on SmackDown Live, because now 2 belts or 2 title shots at WrestleMania is now up for grabs, and everybody's gonna want to get a piece of it. Everybody's gonna want to get their hands on this opportunity. So how is that going to be determined? How are they going to declare it? Maybe some chamber fights come out of this. I mean, I don't know, man. SmackDown Live is now caught in a very interesting situation, a very interesting dilemma. In my mind, it is. We're just going to have to wait and see how this plays out. So, my goodness, what a night. There's really nothing more to say, guys. So, yeah, Anthony Florio, 7 out of 10 is my rating for tonight's show. And like you said, SmackDown Live is really going to have their work cut out.
Absolutely. I mean, especially now that you've lost your heart and soul, the man. So we're going to really have to wait and see how the SmackDown women's division. But hey, look on the bright side, man. You still got Asuka. You still got Charlotte. You still got Naomi and Mella and all those gals over there. Absolution. So all's not lost for you guys. That's all I can say on that. So we'll see what happens. All right. I don't have much notes when it comes to I don't have like formal reviews of 205 Live and Impact Wrestling. I'm just gonna give you the results of both shows, starting with 205 Live as usual. 2-match show. We had Humberto Carrillo, and he actually defeated Gran Metalik. Good for him. And then there was a segment with Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher with Drake Maverick. Tony Nese wants a rematch against Noam Dar. And, they basically put over that Rumble Cruiserweight match. And then Hideo Itami went over Akira Tozawa and Kalisto in a triple threat match, which served as a great preview for that Cruiserweight match last night with Buddy Murphy, that 4-way. So that's what happened on 205 Live last week. Now, as far as Impact Wrestling is concerned, into this, Rich Swann went up against, Rich Swann, the X Division champion. He went up against a local Mexican talent by the name of Hijo del Vikingo, and he got the win there. Solid opening match there. Then we had Taya Valkyrie against a young lady named Kira. Taya Valkyrie, the Knockouts champion, goes over. That was a fairly average match, to say the least. Dez and Wentz of the Rascals against the Desi Hit Squad. The Rascals won the match. Not bad, not great as far as the match is concerned. Ethan Page against Trey Miguel. Trey Miguel actually wins the match. Ethan Page really much dominated that match. And then the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship, Johnny Impact defending the title against Killer Cross it ends in a no contest because the Machine, Brian Cage, gets involved. So, yeah, so that's pretty much what happened on the last Impact Wrestling. So, now let's see what's on tap for this Friday night over on the Pursuit channel for Impact Wrestling, which will be in Mexico City. Taurus and the Lucha Brothers squaring off against Daga and LAX. Kira Hogan and Jordan Grace against Ali and Su Yung. An in-ring segment from Sami Callihan as they continue to try to, entice Rich Swann to join the OVE. And then Eli Drake and Eddie Edwards against Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz of the Rascals. Psycho Clown against Falaba. And then Moose and Killer Cross against Johnny Impact and Brian Cage. That's your main event. So that's Friday night at 10 p.m. on Pursuit Channel or on the app there, the Twitch there. So check it out where you can. So that'll put the bow on this edition of Ridiculously Raw. We want to thank you all so very much for tuning into this solid and newsworthy show, to say the very least. MF, come on in. Let's set the table for the next edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk.
Well, I hate to do this to you, Anthony, but I also got some breaking news here, and you're not going to like what I'm about to say. Apparently, Ember Moon has suffered an elbow injury. Immediate surgery required.
Oh.
She will be out for a little while, and as a matter of fact, they just announced it. She's not going to be a part of WrestleMania. She is out.
Oh.
So you gained...
Ooh, that's heartbreaking.
You gained the man, but you just lost the War Goddess tonight. So, I mean, I guess this is kind of an even out effect on if you think about it. But tough news, Ember Moon. It's actually on the WWE. It's on the WWE Twitter page right now. So let me just get the actual particulars here.
I just feel bad
so just
for her.
Bear with us for a second.
I just feel bad for her because I know she was really looking forward to being at WrestleMania, but now those dreams have been shattered.
Yeah. WWE exclusive. Ember Moon reveals that she suffered an elbow injury that will require immediate surgery. Get well soon. This sucks, man. It's such a damn shame. We don't know where it. We don't know if it occurred. Apparently, for what I'm hearing, the injury actually occurred tonight during her match on Monday Night Raw. So I don't know. So she's required immediate surgery. Ember Moon is out, guys. She's going to be out for an extensive amount of time. So, bad news on that. Tomorrow night is Cerebral Smack Talk, 10 p.m. Eastern. Immediately after SmackDown goes off the air, we're going to talk about SmackDown Live, and that's really it. I got no other things on the docket, to say the very least. So, guys, Anthony Floyo, it's all yours.
That's devastating news about Ember Moon, and, our thoughts and our prayers and our condolences definitely go out to Ember Moon, and we wish her the very best. We wish her the speediest of recoveries, and get well soon there. That's all there is to say on that. So, so that's it. Tomorrow night, you heard it. MF said it, 10 p.m. immediately following SmackDown Live. We'll be reviewing SmackDown Live as part of the Cerebral Smack Talk. And then Friday night, 10:30, gentlemen, our biggest Strictly Sports show of the year, our complete preview and guide to Super Bowl 53. We're breaking down every nook and cranny of Super Bowl 53 to get you ready for the big game on Sunday. The New England Patriots, the Los Angeles Rams. It's going to be a beauty. That's all I can say on that. So that's it. So until tomorrow night for the Cerebral Smack Talk with MF over on Brace Fan 95. Your ridiculously over good brother Anthony Floyer here. For good old MF Michael Fletcher, for the Phenom Michael Bullock, and in spirit, the Twisted Angel, D.D. Woodson, and DF from RI 401, Derek Ferrera. You know the routine, everybody. Thumbs up. Talk to you later. Yeah, throw it up Fortune 4 style. Bye for now, my friends. God bless. Be good to each other. Have a blessed Tuesday. And until tomorrow night with us, Rebel Smack Talk, keep it watching. Ridiculously Raw, right here on the Tone 25 on YouTube.com. And remember, no matter what anyone tells you, wrestling is indeed actually real. For everybody who's been a part of this one, for now, Anthony Floyo, so long. Bye, everybody. Bye.